I'm Lisa Wetherall. I am the deputy here at Frizinghall Primary School, and at the moment we are standing outside our community room in our new edible garden.
Fantastic, thank you. And can you tell us a bit more about the project and what you're doing here?
So this zone was a very empty zone. It was just bare tarmac, and just prior to COVID we were working with Trees for Cities on a little fruit orchard that we wanted to get going on, and we were contacted to say that there was the possibility of working with Edible Garden to get a brand new garden in this area, and that's where the work started, and we are now fully up and running. We've had our first planting, we're doing our first harvesting, and looking forward to more in the coming year.
Fantastic, thank you. Could you maybe show us around the different features you mentioned?
We've got,
we have
our wonderful shed. We are very proud of our shed. So I was able to get a little extra funding, and in an area that was just empty but full of rubbish, we have now got a beautiful herb garden with mint in. So we've got citrus mint, chocolate mint, which children are loving, some everyday mint, and strawberry mint, which is actually really incredibly strawberry like. So we've got our new mint garden, and this was all put together. Even the soil was moved, which was about 1.5 tons of soil, by the year sixes at school. Little groups of children came over and helped me to clear it out, fill it, and do the planting. So we've got that area over here. We have a nice area here where children can come out and do some work linked to the planting they are doing, or to work on mini beasts, because now we have more plants, we have lots more mini beasts arriving in school, and year 3 and year 5 have been over for days working with Grow to School to get all these set up, to get the plants in, to start our first harvesting. And they come over on regularly in small groups to make sure that everything's going okay, and do lots of weeding. This
is our little plot over here. So we've got some rhubarb in the far one, some runner beans in this one, and some peas and something else in this one. I think it's just peas in this one. But the children have completely planted it all themselves, just with a little bit of instruction. So they dug up all the soil, made the little trenches, put the seeds in, covered it back over, then watered it, and then came back down about a week later, and there was some small plants there, and then obviously as the weeks went on, they've started to come up quite a lot. The potatoes in the other plot over here, they've been dug out, and we've got those in the classroom, and we were planning on cooking them, but we'll be doing those next week as part of one of our other topics. Do you want me to wander around?
Yeah.
So the lady that came with the class was really good. So she showed us how to do that, but she also showed the children how to different parts of the plant, and they had to make their own. So we actually used this little area here, which is just a wild area, so they could dig. Showed them how to dig. So they dug up different weeds and different, like the taller pieces of grass there and all sorts from here, and then they just dissected those and then put them into a little diagram and showed parts of the plant. So it works quite nicely with the part of our unit now, which is, and we're looking at parts of a flower. So it actually was quite good to link it back to this as well. But we also used an app on there, one of the iPads, and it looks, and they can just hover over and look at what types of species of plant we've got and stuff, and they looked at little bugs and garden insects and things like that. We've got some apples over here. This has been done really nicely as well, strawberries, etc. But she showed us how to make these as well, just so we had the children digging it all out, because it was just a load of other rubbish in there before, and just how to use the layers properly to make effective compost, really. That's it.
The space is set up really well for the groups. So we've got the benches where the children can sit and stay focused and listen to the instructions first, so which is really good. And there's also the space for the children to explore, and it's really safe, so it's all secure. There's different areas, so a lot of the children have really enjoyed visiting the different areas and the different spaces, which has been really good. Yeah, and just exploring as well, so it's taking it back to that kind of the curiosity. They're going to find different places, different things in the garden, lots of mini beast hunting, which is really good. So,
Yeah, they tend to like that, don't they?
yeah, especially so I teach year 1 as well. So it links with our curriculum theme as well. So we've been learning about plants, and so it's tied in really, really well to that, about growing, and yeah, it's been really good.
Perfect. Yeah, there's nothing like seeing the real thing for.
And tasting it as well. The children really enjoy being able to look at what they've grown and then start tasting it. They all want to try everything, but they don't always like everything.
Good to try though, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I think with the older children, it's giving them more of a collaborative approach and taking ownership of what they are doing. So it's like every week I get reminded, oh, Mrs. Norrie, can we go and do the weeding now? Oh, is it time for harvest yet? Is it time, are the potatoes ready yet? Do we need to do this yet or that yet? And they're really taking ownership of the whole area. They're working collaboratively. It's a brilliant life skill for them, taking that responsibility for something that they actually see as theirs. And then obviously just in general, obviously we have a lot of, obviously Mr. Roddick is our SEM, our Senko, and our inclusion lead as well. So like obviously with mental health on the rise, and you know, with the children, like, you know, they need a safe space sometimes, and it's nice for them to come into the garden and calm down sometimes and just take learning to just take a different route to learning.
Yeah.
That's really helped. I feel like it's quite calming. It's like a nurture space as well.
Yeah. It's allowing children to be successful in things that aren't academic. So it's good that children can be successful in the garden, so they can weed a patch, one of the beds, and they get a real sense of achievement. Yeah, I've achieved that, I've done that, that's great. Whereas like in the classroom they might struggle academically, where when they come out here it's a level playing field really, so they can all really feel like they can take part.
Absolutely, and just adding to that as well, a lot of our SEN children are really good artists and they're really good at the hands-on work, so it provides them with a space that they can do some observational drawings for. Again, with the whole mini beast hunting, it ties into our theme. We're looking at different plants and different parts of a plant as well as part of our rainforest theme, and it just lets them explore the outdoors, and again it's good for their mental health. It ties into their learning. Again, it gives them the level playing field, and it's just a brilliant space for them to use.
Yeah, so we've been in year 1 we learn about the seasons, and we track kind of some a place through the 4 seasons. So we've been historically we've gone up to the park, which we kind of walked there, so it's been really good to have this on site, this garden, this space where the children have looked each season and thought, oh look, this has changed, that's changed, which has been really good to track and see how that's changing throughout the year.
When we do our sort of DT food and nutrition projects, they happen in here. So when you can come out and pick some of the coriander and go in and then prepare it to go on your pizza, that's a really powerful thing, and it's all happening over here, so
Very exciting.
it's nice.
Yeah. Well, it's a great example for other schools and other maybe community spaces as well. Do you have any advice and tips for them?
I think just go for it. I think, you know, we'd wanted it for a long time. When the opportunity arose, we went, yes, and we had to wait and we had to do things, and it's taking time. But just to go for it and grow to school, edible garden, trees for cities, everybody's been so good in contributing towards it and helping us out with plants and expertise and advice.
It's bringing the community together, isn't it?
It is,
like
yeah.
everyone's come, like the parents are interested, and all like local businesses really want to kind of help support. So it's really good.
I think just get going and do it a little bit at a time, and it will gradually grow. And we've got, it's lovely as it is, but we've got much bigger ideas. So, but you have to just keep working at it, doing a little bit, doing the next little bit, and it will come together.
And watching your children, sorry, Tom, and just watching your children develop as well. That's the main prize, isn't it? Just watching them grow, watching them learn in a different space that's out away from the classroom. Just watching them explore, watching them lead their own learning. It's quite child-led when you have a space like this. It's not teacher-run, like we're here, like it's their journey. We're just here to assist them on it. And just to see that happen in real life is like a true prize.
Yeah. So it's worth doing. There's some hard work, there's some time, but you get so much more back.
Yeah, the more you put into it as well, the more you put into it, the more you get from it.
Yeah, and just take any of the support you can get, because we've had some really good support.
You mentioned businesses. Do you want to say any more about that? Like what you help?
So there's the local garden centre that some of our classes go to visit. So they've been quite interested in what we're doing, which is quite good.
So they gave us a really good discount on some plants and some bits and pieces that we wanted. So they know what we're doing. And children have been down to visit there and actually come back with plants that they can then put in our space, which is really nice to see. So yeah, there's all sorts out there. You just have to keep looking around, and the more you do, you'll find a new bit of help and an extra bit of help. The local home base have donated lots of bulbs and seeds. And they gave us lots of sunflower seeds for children to go home as well, which is what I'd originally gone to ask them for. But they've given us lots of bulbs and seeds to develop the wildflower garden next. So it's amazing who will, if you, for the sake of a phone call or an email, somebody will contribute something towards it, which is really nice.
One children have come over within their class and learnt how to grow, really. So using equipment, using the trowels, using the watering cans, they've planted seeds and they've come over and they've cared for them, watered them, pulled out weeds, made little scarecrows and stuck the scarecrows in, and watched the plants grow. They've come over and seen why this is our bed here. So they've seen why we've left the weeds and how those flowers will attract bees. Wild weeds can still be seen as a good thing as well. So when we've talked about stories that are set in the garden or outside in the countryside, even, because we come over here to get a feel for what's it like around us. It's green and we can see leaves and we can see plants and we can look across and see trees and watch things grow. And so it helps the whole curriculum, not just learning that plants need water and sunlight to grow. So that's been really good learning for year one.
Thank you.
Thank you.